Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. It is Sunday. It is a cool day in South Carolina. It has cooled off drastically here today. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, KK, what's going on? What's going on, KK? Post the link again in case anybody wants to come up. In case anybody wants to come up on the panel today, it being a Sunday and all. KK cooked again. Holy cow, KK. What's gotten into you? What's gotten into you, KK? Cooking and cooking and cooking. Wow. I can't believe it. I didn't even know KK could cook. Now she's cooking all the time. I did not know she could cook. Now she's cooking all the time. Well, here we go. The rockinest DJ in the state of New Jersey, Miss Sonia.
Ta-da!
What's up?
I don't know how long this internet's gonna last, so I figured I'd come up early.
Hey, no worries. Grab it fast. Appreciate you coming by, buddy. I know you were busy doing that auction. No worries. No worries at all. Hey, Mud Mower, how you doing? So, did you float away this weekend, Sonia?
It's still raining.
Hey, Aurora. It's looked like it was going to absolutely pour down rain here all day, and it hasn't rained a drop.
Well, yeah, it's still raining down here. Bless you.
As a matter of fact, the sun just came out for the first time all day.
We haven't had any sun since Thursday or early Friday.
Well, that's the first time I've seen it all day right now. Wow. So I guess you didn't get to have a campfire or anything, huh?
I started one Friday night, and at 9 o'clock that got rained out, and it's been raining ever since. It's supposed to stop raining at 7 o'clock, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll try it again.
Appreciate the like and share, Arlene Verdita. Well, I guess the 7-day average on this mess here has gone back up again. It's up to 20,200 over the last 7-day average. So it's actually gone up a little bit.
We went to Walmart earlier, and they had a big sign in the window that said, if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask.
There you go. You know, the thing that gets me is here in the United States, you know, the majority of the doctors are saying if you're fully vaccinated, you don't spread it. But yet around the world, all the countries around the world, a lot of them are still they're opening up to vaccinated people, but they're still making them take the corona test because they're saying vaccinated people can spread it.
Who
So
knows?
I don't know. No worries, Vermont. I don't know, but pretty much around the world, if you go and look to the places that are open, they're all saying as long as have received one of the big four, and they're calling that Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, or AstraZeneca. A lot of the
Wasn't
countries,
J&J recalled though?
yeah, but they started it back again. Now some countries are not, and AstraZeneca had the same problem as J&J. But there's
Mm.
countries around the world they're taking anything they can get their hands on.
So
Yeah, they'll do
the
that,
phone just
KK.
ended.
So did Jim finally make it up?
Yeah, he's sitting across from me over here watching just the end of the Indy 500.
I bet Papa Smurf's having a good time just sitting back and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. That seems to be his favorite thing now, ain't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Assume the position.
If there's a couch, he will sit in there.
Wow.
He said assume the position. Yeah, I'm getting the look. I'm getting the look over.
Papa Smurf turning red.
No, he gave me the sideways, the look at the corner of his eye, and he went back to watching TV.
Wow.
Why did this guy just pour milk over the top of his head? Okay.
It's from the American Music System. They've been one of the major sponsors of Indianapolis for over 100 years.
Yeah, okay.
One of the things you get is
So yeah, I got septic tank problems.
Oh, that's
Can't
not
get,
good.
yeah, can't get nobody out here today, and I'm probably not going to be able to get nobody out here tomorrow. So I had to run
Yeah,
a 50-foot piece of flex hose and dug a big old hole in the sand land down here, and that's what I'm using as my septic tank for right now.
oof.
Yeah.
Is it full? Does it need to be pumped out? Or
Yeah, it's either that or back behind the house in the backyard. There's a whole bunch of wild plum trees have come up. I'm hoping they haven't messed up the drain lines. So I won't know until they get out here and take it off. I had it pumped about 7 years ago, 5 or 7 years ago. So I don't know. I won't know until they
okay.
get here and take it apart and look at it. What's up, James Gype Gype? What's up, dude? So I won't know until then. But yeah. Got in the shower yesterday and it started making a noise after I got out of the shower as the water was draining. I said, "Oh no." And then it started bubbling in all the drains. I could hear it bubbling. So I knew I had problems. That's it. The only bad thing about being on a septic, if it gets full, it's full. I hope that's all it is. I hate that. I hate to have to pay to have drain lines put in. That can get expensive.
Well, that's kind of like when the gray tank is full on this. The water won't go down the sink or the shower or They pull the tank and lets them out a little bit.
Yep. So I
You
guess
look at the
maybe
meter and like, oh, okay, I guess we were full.
yeah, I guess that's something the septic tank needs too. It needs a I'm full line indicator. But yeah, I guess there must be a lot of people out doing stuff for
Yeah.
Memorial Day. There was a lot of people that's normally live on the weekends. I didn't see them live yesterday or last night.
Yeah, I tried to get on yesterday for a little while, and it's been because of the rain. Everybody's been inside, so they've been using up the internet. I got on for like 15 minutes, and that was it. And in those 15 minutes, nobody came in. Nobody came in. So I just, heck with this. I just shut it off.
Yeah, I did. I got notifications for you twice yesterday. The two times you went live going to that other campground and when you were leaving that campground.
Well, at least you're getting notifications.
Yeah, that's the first time I've gotten notifications from you since I joined your family. I never get yours. I have to go look.
Wow.
Same thing with Vermont. It's hit and miss whether I get his. KK said I went live yesterday. Most of the time, KK, I only get your notifications after it's over. Whenever I get them when you're live, I share you out. But most of the time, KK, I don't even see that you were live until it was over with. But last night there was a lot of the expats that are living overseas. There was a bunch of them live last night, gossiping about what's going on around the world and where they're at and all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I'm 90.
So you're 90 away?
No, 110.
110. I got you.
Yeah. 110.
NDT show, what's up? How you doing today, my friend? Hope you're having a great day today. But yeah, I guess the airlines were talking about how many people were traveling and flying, and I guess the roads were full. It must have been I imagine after everybody being cooped up, everybody was ready to get out and go this weekend. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, Anthony.
Oh, we got our thumbs down, huh? Cool. Always nice of them to stop by and visit with us. I watched a little bit of news yesterday for the first time in a long time. And oh, I got mad. As a matter of fact, I had several things that happened yesterday that really ticked me off. One of the news channels went around to some of the universities.
Well, that's not good.
And they were talking to some of the college kids, and the college kids were saying, some of them were saying that they wanted to do away with Memorial Day. And they were asking them why they wanted to get rid of Memorial Day. They said because they had taken classes in college
What?
that showed how bad the United States was and how bad the United States treated people during the wars and stuff. And then the funny part was, and they were going to Harvard and Yale and I mean, nice places. And there was a lot of them that didn't even know what Memorial Day was for. Don't even know what it stood for. And they're in college.
Because they don't
And,
teach U.S. history. I don't think
well,
they teach
there were-
U.S. history in school anymore.
I happened to was talking to a 10-year-old family member yesterday. And he knows that I was in the service. And he asked me, he goes, what is Memorial Day? And I said, you don't know what Memorial Day is? He said, no. He said, a couple of us asked our teacher in class, and the teacher told her it was just another holiday that the government had made up for people to get off work. And that really ticked me off that the teacher
What?
wouldn't take the time to explain to the 10-year-olds in their classroom what Memorial Day stood for. So, yeah, that really ticked me off. You'd think the college kids would know what Memorial Day stands for. I mean, those people died giving those buttercups and buttercups like them around the world the opportunity to be able to go to college. But anyway, that just,
Yeah.
and then after that, I got in the shower and found out I had septic issues, and yeah, it just really made my day yesterday.
Mm-mm.
But anyway,
It's like,
I guess Vermont's going to get his second jab this week, Sonia. He goes on June the 2nd.
yeah. Tuesday.
I hear you, NDT show. I don't watch it either. I just happened to turn it on yesterday, but I wish I hadn't have after I turned it on. Yeah, obviously not, Vermont. Obviously not, buddy. Or they don't care. I guess they don't care.
They don't teach U.S. history in school like they used to when we were in school, if
But,
at all.
but the one young man used a word. It's a 4-letter word that starts with F, the United States, and he's actually going to school and going to college in the United States, and that's how he feels about his own country. So, yeah, I would be glad if he could get a hold of me somehow, because I would be glad to buy him a ticket, a one-way ticket, and I would pay for it for him to go to Russia or China or North Korea and let him have a one-way ticket there.
Yeah.
And I would pay for it. No strings attached. Hey, side chick, Brenda Land. Brenda Land, you want to come up on the panel? There's the linky, Brenda Land, if you want to come up
Brenda,
on the
Brenda,
panel.
Brenda. Brenda, Brenda.
Miss Brenda Land. She been hanging out with that rough crowd, though. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Anthony. I'll be glad to buy him a one-way ticket, and I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. No strings attached. One-way ticket for that young man. There's Comrade Tony Damien. Comrade Tony Damien.
She was making fruit salad yesterday.
No, she was making something, but it ain't a fruit salad like we make up home. Poor old Sid's probably been sick ever since he ate it. is right. Remain silent there has a different meaning. That's exactly right, Vermont. That's exactly right. So, Brenda Land, are you going to come up on the panel with us or what? Comrade Tony Damien's here. The Texas tornado. Queen of
Texas
the
tornado.
Instacart. Queen of the Instacart. The second meanest woman on YouTube to the old hillbilly. But yeah, I was kind of hoping I was going to get a little bit of rain today to cut down on some of the dust where it's so dry, but we didn't get a drop of rain.
Well, we have plenty that we can send you.
I think
want
so, Vermont. I think so. If not, I can make them a mod right here on my phone. Tony Damon said, I'm sick again today. You're sick every day, Tony Damon. You're sick every day. We're all sick every day. We just don't know it.
What is going on with this blind?
Well, it's not pulled all the way down.
Well, I can't pull it all the way down. It won't go all the way down.
Okie dokie. Don't make him a mod. I want to time his butt out, Tony Damien says. Wow, Tony. See how mean Tony Damien is? She is so mean to me in Vermont. It's just unreal. Wanda, Louisiana style. What's up? What's up, Wanda, Louisiana style? Yep, just hanging out, Wanda. We are just hanging out. Learn from the best. Yeah, you do hang out with SF Rose a lot. Hope you're having a great weekend too, Wanda. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day weekend. Just got through washing vehicles, taking a break. I hear you. I should have sent my vehicle down there if he was washing vehicles. I got a ton of Blue Jays and a ton of Blackbirds
Sid.
here at the house now. What's up, Sid, Saltwater office? Well, Sid is going to work nights this coming week. Oh, Lord. Poor Sid. Working the night shift. Poor old feller. But yeah, all the plum trees out behind the house all got plums on them now. So the Blue Jays and the Blackbirds have moved in.
They eat the plums?
Oh, yeah. They're wild plums. They love them. I got a bunch of wild cherry trees over in the woods. When the wild cherries come in, they come in for that. When the plums come in, they swarm in for those plums.
So you can't eat any of those?
No, they're wild plums. They're not sprayed or nothing. I don't take care of them. They just grow wild back there. Seen 5 dragonflies this morning. Yeah, I seen a bunch of dragonflies up here this year too, KK. Yep, seen several dragonflies this year. Those are good eating, Sonia.
What's that?
Great Grayscale says those
Wild
are
plums?
good eating, Sonia.
What marshmallows I was eating? Or the wild plums?
Yeah, we're cool here today compared to what those 90s we've had all last week. We're only like low 70s today and cloudy. But then I think starting tomorrow, we're going back up into the 80s every day.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be 77 tomorrow.
Wild plum and
I think the
cherries.
sun comes back tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get sun tomorrow or not. I didn't know it was going to be this cloudy today. Hey, Crystal Pets and Plants, what's up? What's up? Did Bruce put some cicada nymphs in his banana bread? Added protein. Travel Dreamer says. He probably did.
No.
He probably did and covered them with chocolate.
That's just. I don't think I'd want crunchy banana bread.
I love banana bread. That's one of my favorites.
Crunchy banana bread.
I love it. We used to have walnut trees up on them, sitting cracking walnuts and put in banana bread. Boy, they were good. That extra moisture. I hear you always need a nap, Tony Damon. Every day you say you need a nap.
Tony needs a nap.
He's always talking about napping nowadays. Lord, if I slept as much as she does, I don't know what I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Well, she didn't have to teach today.
Town where most cicadas are to come in my area is just 15 minutes from me. I'm excited to see them. I hear you, Travel Dreamer. I can't stand to hear them things. That high pitched sound they make. I guess rubbing their wings together makes that sound. It's terrible. Didn't sleep last night, coughing. Take cough medicine. That NyQuil has never helped me with coughing. Take cough medicine, Tony Damon. Get you some Robitussin. Either that or mix you up a big old batch of moonshine, honey,
not
and
NyQuil.
lemon. That Theraflu and NyQuil has never done nothing for me. Uh-oh. He looks serious today. Wow. He got his fancy hat on today. What's up, Fluffy Buffy?
Howdy.
Your twin brother, Papa Smurf's laid back on the couch again today. He doesn't move for hours, though.
He's in full nap mode. Sorry, I can't play with my lights. Camera number, I don't know how many I have in here now. But I got Bruce. I got to see. Yep, I am. I do have a wrench. And I might as well give you an extra thumbs up while I'm in here.
Well, there you go. I appreciate it.
Turn that way, way, way down.
Sonia's eating snacks.
Hi, Sonia. She looks kind of frozen at the moment. Yep, that's a frozen look.
Hey, Grandpa Kevin. Tony Damon said, well, I have to run. Sid decided he wants to clean now in the middle of your live stream. Rude.
I thought it was because of me.
No, she's going to visit somebody else's live stream. So where she's going.
Darn it.
What's up, Kevin? You having a great holiday weekend, my friend?
I never use this camera, so I don't even know where it's at. That's good enough.
Uh-oh, we lost Sonia.
Yep.
I think everybody in the campgrounds in their campers on the internet because it's raining up there.
Oh, I bet. You hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. it's a habit. It is my name after all. I mean, just not used to seeing it.
So what'd you do for the holiday? Anything?
Garage sale.
You ain't cooking out?
No. Nope. They bought pizza. I had vegan sausage.
All right. Let's
Dude, I was disappointed yesterday when I watched the news. They ran a Jimmy Dean commercial, and now he's making that plant-based sausage now.
Yeah, it's actually not terrible. It's not the best one out there by any means. He should stick to just meat sausage because they don't have a clue really how to make the plant stuff. There is a company that does really, really good and it tastes really good, but he's not it. I'm sorry.
No, you don't take something that's not broke and try to be something you're not.
No.
That's made a lot of people go out of business.
It did. Just give me 1 sec. Forgot where my water is. Oh, hey Sonia. I got some pretty jewelry.
Yeah.
Okay, Anthony.
Parkley.
What you got?
Bling.
It's got bling bling.
Bling.
Oh my Lord, have mercy. What is that?
They're actually for a wedding. I mean, you put them on the pews in a church. You know, they hang on the side of them. But what it really is this material to diffuse my lights. So the glare on my paintings.
So was that one that you
Cut up
just had
this-
on your head? Was that actually inside the church?
Yeah, it was.
And it didn't burn you when you put it on? Wow.
No. I even handled a cross today and everything.
Holy cow, dude, you are brave.
I have made my first communion and my confirmation.
Come here.
But we're trying to reduce the glare Hopefully it'll work. I just have to double up, triple up. No, no, it's funny though, Travel Dreamer. We had probably 4 33-gallon totes of fake flowers and 8 or 9 33-gallon totes of this stuff, and it's all gone. Every single bit of it. I mean, my son made almost $700 this weekend at a garage sale.
Dang, he didn't split it with you?
No, I don't care about that.
Well, dang, tell him to split it with me then.
He tried to split it with his aunt, but she didn't want any of it.
I sure wish you'd have been here with the backhoe at my house yesterday to help me dig a hole.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's easy with a backhoe. It's hell with the shovel.
Yep. We kind of cheat and occasionally use post hole diggers. Of course, they're on the back of a tractor too, so those make holes really quickly.
Well, at least being in sand land, once I get the septic tank pumped, it won't be too hard to cover back up.
No, not at all. I actually know a lot of people that do that with 55-gallon drums, the plastic ones. They drill tons of holes in them,
Yep.
put gravel in the very bottom, then drop it in the hole, put gravel in and sand, and they just put a fake cover on it so they know exactly where it is. They put a little cheap plant on it, That way when they need it, they pop it off, the cover up and put the hose in, and it does the same thing as a septic tank, really.
Sure
It's
it
just
does.
knocking the
All a
water out.
septic tank does is hold it. It's just bigger to hold more.
Just long enough to get out to your leach field and go into the system.
Yeah, I'm just hoping my drain line, something ain't wrong with the drain lines.
You don't think it's because of that well they stuck down there, do you?
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Putting a bunch more water in the ground so it's taking harder for the leach field to work.
Could be. But you would think as dry as we are. It's bone dry out here, dude. I mean,
Well-
bone dry.
Dry's worse, though. Compact to everything. I figured they'd have at least some moisture coming off that field.
Dude, they got every irrigation system that they got in that field running 24/7 right now. It's so dry.
Yeah, we got rain today and we needed it back because my lawn was dry. I almost said, Sonia, do you have me on or something?
I hope not, Travel Dreamer.
No, it could be as simple as the exit pipe, Doesn't take much. I don't miss septic tanks. My house in Williston we had a 1,000-gallon tank with 7 fingers on the leach field. Still had to have it pumped twice. Take it.
This one was pumped 5 or 7 years ago. I can't remember when it was. Either 5 or 7 years.
That's pretty good. But it's only you and your mom, though, right? Except for an occasional visitor.
Yeah, it is now.
You can blame it on your dogs.
Well, the thing I don't like about this setup is this modular, all the drain lines run to one main drain. Okay. The other setups I had before, I went in and I cut out the washing machine the sinks and the showers, and I had them run just out drain lines, so they didn't go into the septic tank.
It's gray water anyway.
But this time, with this setup, it all goes to one main pipe into the septic tank.
So even your showers.
Even the showers, the washing machine, everything goes into it.
Yeah, so maybe you want to do a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah.
Drop a couple of those out there, one for your shower, one for your washer, and you'll never fill them. I mean, if you go through 55 gallons in a shower, you have issues. You've emptied your hot water tank a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a 8-inch pipe heading out of the house. It's a big pipe. I think they did a little overkill.
Mine's a 6-inch.
Now, I mean, you got to remember the people that owned this house when they built it, they put in a bomb shelter. I mean, come on, they were one of those people.
Yeah.
You got to remember to type in the chat sometimes, because my keyboard shuts off. Sorry, I wasn't here for you the other day. I was just kind of
Oh, you're good, dude.
not really anywhere the other day, to tell you the truth.
I would have just liked to know where it was coming from. If we could have figured out where it was coming from.
At least pinpointed what country, maybe. Although that one big one there scares the living crap out of me getting near it. Can't believe some of the size of them now. I almost feel like some of those are paid for by other countries, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that one the other day, it was running ads. And it would hit me with one channel name with emoji, and it hit me with 5 paragraphs of the same ad. And as fast as we were blocking that one, it hit me with another 5, and another 5, and another 5, and another 5. It just kept on and on and on.
Just 5? So it's 6 total channels?
No, it was more than 6 channels.
No, I mean 6 per ad, basically, when you block one.
It'd be one person, and it hit me with 5 paragraphs.
So that's 6. So that's 6 links. Yep. Sounds like you got hit by a bot. Big one.
Yeah, I think it was a bot too. It was going too fast not to have been a bot. It was a bot.
Yep. Because bots usually do 6-line segment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if it had a main then 5 after it, that's a 6-line segment. So basically like a page in a book, more or less, you know. It reads that one page.
Yep.
She's having a tough time today. Her internet is not good.
Yeah, they're stuck in the camper because they said it's still raining.
Yeah, Friday was rough on me. Just everything that could go wrong went wrong on my live stream, so I just kind of lost it all day.
It's all them snacks Sonya's eating. That's what's caused it.
What snacks?
That bag of snacks you were eating a while ago.
Just to hold me over.
They don't have nothing to do, Travel Dreamer. Yeah, I did terrible today. This morning I had a Nutri-Grain bar and 2 butterscotch puddings. And then later on, almost lunchtime, I had a sausage and cheese sandwich. And then I had Fritos, and then I had pork rinds. And I had another Nutri-Grain bar.
So far, except for the sausage, you're pretty much eating a diet. Because Fritos are okay, pork rinds are okay. Maybe not the butterscotch pudding, but she's gone again.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't even have no chocolate chip cookies or nothing today.
Shovel Dreamer, they do it because they actually get paid, believe it or not. There are actually companies out there. All it takes is for them to get one click on that channel, and then, they get paid, they get credit. And some people aren't savvy enough not to click on them. I click on
Yesterday was kind of a weird day. A lot of people I normally see on YouTube on Saturdays wasn't on yesterday.
Yesterday was really quiet. I mean, I kind of watched on my phone a little bit when I could, but it was a very quiet day.
Uh-oh, Sonya must be cold. She had to put on a hoodie.
I've had the hoodie on.
Oh.
You
I
should
see
see
it.
You should see the video I took of her dancing the other day.
Wow, Sonya dancing.
She's like, you better not have. I'll kick your butt.
See what happens when she's unsupervised?
She had all kinds of people there. It was
No,
funny.
I was super.
So how many times did they kick you off before you finally had to stop? Hello?
You know, for what?
Facebook.
Oh, 3. I gave up. They didn't actually kick me off. I stopped before they just put the message across, and then I just shut it down and delete it, and then I
Yeah.
restarted again.
Facebook doesn't allow you to copyright music type stuff anymore either.
Nope.
Did
can
you
put
know
all the
now
disclaimers you want.
it's okay on there now to talk about possibly where all this mess started at now, though? Remember last year they would kick you off all the platforms if you even talked about it coming from that place, and now all of a sudden it's okay to say that.
Yep. So what about all those people they kicked off? Did they apologize and allow them back in?
Yeah, right.
How many lawsuits you think they had to go through in order to make that happen? Quietly.
Yeah, that we don't know about.
Because guarantee you a couple happen. People get a little bent when they start taking away little constitutional things, small things like freedom of speech, small, little tiny things like that.
Well, I did a little bit of researching yesterday, and it's amazing how much of the minerals and the batteries come from another country that's going to be used in the United States for all these solar panels.
Oh, an enormous amount of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a kick about. I used to get people giving me a hard time because I worked for Toyota, and they're like, "You work for a company that's not American." Excuse me. Forklifts, Toyota forklifts are made in America. They're made in Indiana or Illinois. Their plant is massive. They produce more American stuff than, say, Chevrolet.
Well, it's funny people say that because most all transmissions are out of South America now.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're all
I mean,
ice and transmissions, most of them.
yeah. So, nothing's fully made here no more. it's assembled here.
Yep.
But stuff comes from all over the world.
Yeah, the forklifts are cool because all the metal is either Canadian or out of the U.S. The electronic drive systems all come from Japan, but the cast and all the heavy duty, heavy steel stuff, that's all American. You know, they're you can actually go and watch the stuff being built in their plant. It's kind of neat.
You know, the first time that I rode through Pennsylvania and I actually paid attention, it's amazing to me how big some of those steel mills were that are just sitting there, you know, with weeds growing and everything else. All those jobs gone.
All those companies that produced train tracks, which we poorly, very badly need now. They
Yes.
all need to be redone.
Hey,
Yeah.
TGIF, how you doing today?
But those weren't safe jobs, you know. You didn't get to sit at a computer and just push. Well, you could now, I bet. But you watch some of the foundry plants overseas, and there's no way that would ever happen here. You know,
The thing of it is too, dude. They're talking about, and I agree. This is one thing I agree with everybody on is the high speed rail systems. This country is so far behind on the rail systems, but
Oh.
we would have to open up every steel mill that there is or used to be in the United States to make enough steel for all the high speed rail systems, the bridges, the trusses to hold up the bridges, everything. That could be jobs for years to come.
oh yeah, it would be. Well, you figure how long it took us to do the original rail system, and now it's all, you know, mechanized. Most of it, you can drop rails way faster, safer, but all that equipment needs to be built and brought in, and all the construction equipment. And I really hate my voice.
Yeah, you can bring in that one big train. It tears up the old track, lays the new track, and then lays the rock beside the new track, all in one train.
Now, you like how it does that? It pushes it all. It drops the new gravel up underneath the bedding, the bed, and everything.
It's like the Quest train when it first came out. We used to watch it run because it buried fiber optic cable down the railroad tracks. And dude, it would come in and do the same thing. It would trench the line, lay the cable, cover the dirt back on the cable, spread the rock, and then level the rock all on the one train.
Did you have you seen the video of Japan's new high-speed electromagnetic one? That
I hadn't seen it.
kind of floats on electromagnetic. It actually never really touches the ground. I mean, it's got guides, so it can't pop out of it. But
It can't go but so high from the connection.
yeah, just so it doesn't push itself off, because you know but they've got it designed so it actually never touches the metal anywhere. They tested it out, and they did a short little test on a track, and the thing was going almost 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, we're
moving.
way behind on that. You know, they talk about wanting to lower emissions, dude. If we'd have had a rail system, if we'd have kept up with the rest of the world on our rail systems,
Yeah.
that would eliminate a lot of that. But what a lot of people don't understand either is a lot of the coal that's taken out of the ground here in the United States isn't just for burning. There's a lot of minerals in coal that are used for other things that we use every day.
Oh, there's diamonds in it. That's how diamonds are made. Just higher compression of the certain beds of coal. Yeah, there's so much stuff here that we don't. People don't realize what's out there. I'm one of those nerds that kind of reads everything and watches as much as I can. I don't watch much TV, but I really like educational TV.
Well, I always, in the back of my mind, thought we got all that oil here in the United States. I always thought they weren't tapping into it because eventually they wanted to be the only ones left with the oil.
Well,
But anymore, I don't know, dude. I don't know. That natural gas burns so clean nowadays. I don't know.
yeah, that's what I burn natural gas in my house, and I know you don't like it, but it's so safe now. I don't have a pilot light. It's all electronic. It does not turn on unless it senses that there's, the pre-ignition in it. And my chimney, I went from having to clean my chimney every single solitary year from the oil buildup, creosote crap that builds up on the inside of the chimney from a oil burner, to my stainless chimney's almost spotless all the time. It's efficient. It's the same. It's the same burner. Believe it or not, it's the same furnace. They just take out one burner and put in a different burner.
Well, I know up home years and years and years ago, everybody was pushing to stop burning the coal because everybody had the coal furnaces. Even in their houses, a lot of people would burn coal. They went to those bucks. They come out with those buck stoves burning corn.
Yeah, that's junk.
Everybody buy 50-pound bags of corn and burning corn in their buck stoves.
Yeah. Come to find out, it was no different than burning pine wood.
Yeah.
Sticky garbage.
Goop. Yeah, a lot of people to this day still don't know that they're not supposed to burn pine.
Nah,
You want to burn your house down, burn pine in your fireplace for a couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I turned my camera off. Saves bandwidth.
Oh, we figured
Yep.
you just like to have your circle there.
She's eating snacks is what she's doing. She just don't want us to see her eating snacks.
All right, you caught me. No.
Isn't it?
It's staying on, so I'm not touching it.
I'm baffled by these two cameras here. This is my cheap 480p $37 webcam that I'm on right now. See how bright I am?
Yep.
You don't mind me doing this, I hope.
No, I'll be back in just a minute.
After these messages.
That's my expensive one.
See, that looks great now. Nice bright.
What the heck? Maybe it's Hillbilly's connection. Maybe it's Oh, please don't say it's melon. Could it be melon? Look at that color difference in here and in melon.
Why would it be melon?
Oh no. You figure out what camera I had on though. Okay.
That looks like
wrong camera.
the way it should look.
Okay, right camera.
That's your face.
Too many cameras. Yeah, it's kind of making me wonder. If that's the case, then
It shouldn't be melon. It shouldn't be messing with your.
well, melon runs at 1080p. That's what I run at.
Oh.
So I don't know. This one's only 480. and StreamYard runs at 720. Same computer I use. I know, it's kind of weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to show my artwork.
But all of what you have on now, the lighting and everything, did you have all these lights that you have on now? Did you have them on this morning?
No, I had more on.
You had more on. Okay.
I had a ring light and my 2-foot fluorescent light or LED light.
So,
All this is a 1 4-foot.
so how much of a pain in the butt would be to switch cameras? Put this camera that you're on now on the painting, and then take that and put where you are now. Can you do that?
Where am I? Tell me where I am.
Down at the floor.
Yeah, see the lines though?
Yep. I was just gonna say that.
That's the difference of 480 and I'm making people sick. Oh, look what I did. Whatever. Is it back on me? Yeah, it's back on me.
Maybe it's the OBS. Maybe it's the OBS and not Melon.
I wasn't running OBS this morning.
I mean,
It's just straight up melon. Not going to give up on melon. I just have to get him to fix it. Anyway, this way I can see. Wow, I got way too close now. Ooh. Back up. Too much space. That's 4 feet away.
Dude, I got 4 new woodpeckers here that are different than anything I've ever seen here at the house. Most of my woodpeckers here are kind of a real dark gray with a red head.
They're pileated woodpeckers.
Okay, well, these here are black and white. I mean, they look like a penguin, black and white, and then got a solid red head. They've never been here before.
Wait, the entire head?
Entire heads. It's like they got a hoodie on.
That
red.
actually might be. You might have 2 different pileated woodpeckers.
But there's a group of 4 of them. They came in together.
If I remember.
But I hadn't been able to get them to sit long enough anywhere to film them yet.
Black and white red-headed woodpecker. Does he look like?
But it's a real bright black and bright white and bright red. Yeah, that's it.
That?
But they're big.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
They're not as big as the woody woodpecker, the pileated woodpeckers.
This is the first time I've ever seen them here. There's 4 of them. They come in a group of 4.
They are, wow, okay.
And they're tough. They try to hammer on the darn power poles.
jeez.
It's a nice name, red-headed woodpecker. Nothing complicated about that one, is there?
Yeah, but the thing of it is, they're different than the normal red-headed woodpeckers we got here. They're cool birds. My dad has 3 species. Are yours all the same size? My dad has a smaller one this year. These are they're about the same size as the kind of the dark grayish with the red head, but these are I don't know they're the black and white on these are just so bright, and the red head is so bright. What's up, Neil?
This is what I normally have. Too much light.
Now that's kind of like what I have, except it ain't quite as dark. Mine are more gray, but that's what my normal ones look like.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen these 4 that came in. When I first saw them, I told myself, I said, damn, that looks like a penguin flying.
Do you have that one? Let me get that picture so you can see it.
No, it's not. I don't have that. That's not my normal one, and that's not the ones that are here. The one I've got here is the whole head's completely bright red. Then it turns to jet black. The wings are jet black and then white. A bright, bright white is what these 4 are. I'll keep trying to catch them. Every time I go outside, I take my phone with me trying to get a picture of them, but I can't get them to stay still long enough to even get a picture of them. But there's a group of 4 of them.
Do you have the ones with big white belly on them?
That's what it looks like right there. That's what mine look like. There's 4 of them.
That is a red-headed woodpecker.
Yeah, that's what they look like. There's 4 of them here now.
Yep.
Never had them here. It looked like that.
Never seen those. I've seen this one.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
That's a cool
good.
looking one.
Yeah. And of course, everybody has seen this one in my videos. This pain in my butt.
Yeah.
He's the one that destroyed my tree.
Like I say, these 4 are tough because, I'll go out on the front porch and I'll hear them out there and I'll look and they'll be way out there at the dirt road banging away on the power pole. I'm thinking to myself, Lord, I bet they got a headache when they get done trying to hammer it through that one.
I think that's the woodpecker I heard smacking into the high-powered metal poles out there that are painted brown. They're idiots because you can hear them smashing into stuff all the time.
Yeah, I can hear them down the dirt road. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, they're just after whatever bug they can possibly think they can find.
I think I got a bunch of pine beetles killing the pine trees here. I got 2 acres of pine trees, and they're doing a number on the pine trees. Every couple of weeks, I have a pine tree that ends up falling over in the woods.
Yeah, that's rough on the trees. We got a whole probably 2 acres, 3 acres probably up in the mountain that are just all destroyed.
That's what they're doing. The 2 acres I got, they're just destroying the pine trees.
Yeah, they get under the bark and then they're done. And people are like, "Oh no, that's what creates naughty. That's what creates naughty pine and stuff." No, it's not. Some people like that stuff with all the wormholes in it and all that stuff, but it's not so good because they will continue to destroy every single tree they can get their grubby little paws on. Yeah, see, that's something I've never seen the redwood forest ever in my life. You figure with all the driving I've done, I've seen it in a distance, but never.
I
I
saw it in
like
California.
I like to see ponderosa pines, and those things are supposed to be massive.
Dude, I've told it on my live stream many times. We did when we were out in Oregon. The man that invented the Leatherman tool, we did had two splice points crossed his property, and he's got a house. I don't know if it's his main house or what, but it's built to look just like the Ponderosa on Bonanza.
Is it?
The house looks just like it, and he's got
Wow.
the big trees growing up the side of it and stuff. But every one of his cattle, dude, looked like they were off a showroom floor. Every ear tagged, clean, no dirt on them, just immaculate. But yeah, he's got thousands of acres out there in Oregon.
Yeah. You ever watch Bonanza's kind of funny because you watch it and you think, okay, the outside doesn't match what they show on the inside, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think you're showing two different houses completely. I think people never realized there was actually words to that song.
You know, that's like you watch new movies now, and then you go back and watch some of the old westerns, and you see the horses coming, they're riding the horses, chasing somebody coming at you. And you
Yeah.
look and you see two tire tracks from the truck that's driving in front of them that's doing the filming,
Yeah.
or they got the same banner that's behind them, the same scenery. It just keeps going round and round and round and round the same scenery, and they're riding and they ain't on no horse.
No. Yeah. The Audrey Murphy ones, those were famous for having a scene go by and he was on a mechanical horse.
Yeah,
It's like, wait a minute, that tree just went by 2 seconds ago.
yeah, it's funny watching some of that old stuff like that.
He was the real deal, though. He did westerns, but that man was a serious American hero
Yeah,
for such a tiny dude.
he's such a tiny guy. You're right. Him and Sergeant York.
Yep. He was up from your neck of the woods, wasn't he? Down that way?
He was over in Tennessee, East Tennessee.
Yep. Yeah, those are two movies I must have watched a million times.
I watched an interesting show yesterday. It was kind of like, I think the name of it was, it's like How America Was Built, but this was like How America Was Built Frontiersman.
Yep.
And I watched the episode about Daniel Boone. You ever watched that one?
I may have.
Yeah, when he got there and did Boonesboro, I didn't realize Boonesboro was the Western fort during the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Until I watched that episode, I never even paid that any attention.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't realize he was a colonel.
But him and his daughter, his wife and the rest of his kids left and went back to North Carolina after he got kidnapped by the Indians, and he escaped and came back. But when the militia came from Virginia, they wanted him to lead them against the Indians. They were going to wipe out the Indians, the Shawnee, and he wouldn't do it. So him and his daughter packed up and left Boonesboro and went further west. He refused to do it.
Yeah, there's people kind of read those or watch those fairy tales on TV, and they, Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone and Jim Bowie and people like that. They're like, those are just made up people. Well, no, actually, they're real. The stories you watch on TV are mostly made up.
Well, yeah, he covered like 140 miles in 4 days when he escaped from the Indians to get back to Warren Boonesboro.
Yeah, that's
That's a hoss running through the woods with no horse and everything else, cover 130 or 40 miles through the mountains
yeah,
on foot. Yeah.
look at those the Indians used to do that just for the heck of it. There's those tribes in Africa that they run
Yeah.
days and days to go hunt, you know?
Well, yeah, you read the stories about the Apache, they'd run through the desert. They get thirsty. They grab a couple of pebbles and throw in their mouth to increase the saliva in their mouth. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, my
People
grandparents
were tough back then.
when I was born in Albuquerque, my grandparents, their home was right on the edge of the reservation. And they said that the greatest track stars down there came from the reservation. You know? Probably not now though.
You stop and look back, you watch all the cowboy movies and they show Geronimo and all these guys as the good looking Indian guys and stuff like that. But you go back in history and look at the old photos they got of them. Dude,
They
you
weren't.
can tell the desert just burnt and shriveled them up,
They
Yeah.
they were leather. Their
Yes.
skin was leather. Yeah, Navajo Nation it's actually parts of it that I have actually been through is very, very beautiful.
Well, in that one on Daniel Boone yesterday, I can't remember the chief's name now off the top of my head, but when they massacred him, they left his stepson alive. And was ended up being Tecumseh, I think was his name, that became he went down as in history as one of the greatest warriors of all time. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize how many tribes of Indians there really were in this country.
We have
There were
There were
lots.
we have
full of different tribes.
6 or 8 in Vermont.
And there were
We have one.
you're-
We still have one in Swan. They still have a tribal meeting house. Abenaki Indian.
and the Iroquois Nation was made up of 5 by itself, 5 different tribes. So that's the nation that part of my family is from, is the Iroquois Nation. The Tuscaroras from upstate New York.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize too is a lot of this that they built log cabins. That they weren't living out in the woods or living in teepees like you see all over in the old movies. A lot of those they had their own, basically kind of like government. They had a meeting house and everybody got, so many leaders got to vote on things and everything else. They had structure to them. They weren't just a bunch of wild people, running wild like you see in the movies.
I know they have photos up here of the old Quonset hut meeting houses that are 40, 50 feet, 60 feet long.
Well, you know what's funny about that is it's almost the same structure as what the Vikings had.
Very much so.
Everybody says, a lot of, theorists think that the Vikings were here long before a lot of other people came here. But if you look at some of the structure and the dwellings of the American Indians, it's pretty close to exactly the same thing as what the Vikings had.
All the way down to the shape of the canoe and the shape of the longboat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of coincidental that they both kind of really,
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have a couple of, I think they were early 1900 birch canoes up in the meeting house. It's kind of cool. They're up in the ceiling, you know. They've clear coated them so they don't continue to rot and all that stuff. But wow, those things are longer than you would think they were. You would think
If you by chance ever watch that series Vikings?
yeah, a little bit. My son watched the whole thing, but
Well, let him know next Saturday night they're going to have a 2-hour special, and then the new season starts.
yeah, he's very proud of his heritage, all parts of his heritage, anyway.
Yeah, Nell, you got that right. Yep.
Yeah, it's all about making money with them.
Hollywood and the news. I think they work hand in hand. They got the same mentality. They come up with their own misconceptions
You
of the
figure
real world.
you figured from the 1920s up through the 1960s, Hollywood,
Hollywood.
and the government, the news, and the government was kind of all the same group of people.
Yeah.
You know, the news. It was nothing for a news anchor to be starring in movies and
Well, if you go back and look too, in a lot of those old movies, there's no real Indians in the movies.
yeah, pretty rare.
Yeah, it's very rare. They use a lot of Italians. I mean, look at Vincent Price. Vincent Price played Indians. Who was that other guy?
Marlon Brando,
Yeah,
he played an Indian.
that's like the guy that started picking up the trash.
Oh.
You know,
Oh yeah.
he was Italian.
Actually, the first time I ever saw Burt Reynolds was as an Indian in a movie.
Who's the guy that played in Death Wish?
Charles Bronson.
Charles
Yep.
Bronson
He
played
did
a lot of Indian roles.
a bunch of them. So did the guy that played Beretta.
Oh yeah, Robert Blake.
Yeah, he did a bunch too.
Yep.
I watched too many of them. I watched a lot of old TV.
Well, the thing of it is, you can go back and watch one Western show, and you'll see just about every single Hollywood actor that was on the show Gunsmoke.
And Have Gun Will Travel.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, you watch those two shows, it's guaranteed you'll see.
All the way from Burt Reynolds all the way up. They were all on Gunsmoke.
Oh, yeah. Yep. What was the other one? Not Flintlock. The guy with the rifle. It was.
The Rifleman?
Rifleman.
Yeah. Okay. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah, I got his autograph when I was a little kid.
Did you?
Uh-huh. He came to the Civic Center and, was doing photo shoots and had autograph pictures and all that.
Tough dude.
Chuck Connor was his
Chuck
name.
Connor,
Chuck
yeah.
Connor.
Tough dude. Tell you what. They said he did 99% of
Tall
his stunts. He did his own stunts. Like almost all of them.
He was tall too.
Travel Dreamer's talking to you, Bruce.
Yeah, I did. I saw Dancing with Wolves. That's only because my wife had me sit down and watch it.
He says, Bruce, did you ever get to tour Los Alamos? It was the first and only time I was able to see an electron accelerator. It was a secret city during the war. Awesome place.
Been there. been to a few areas that are not on the map. Good to go to some places that are interesting that exist that people don't know exist. Delivering stuff with a truck, you know.
You know, I always wondered if John Wayne regretted not doing Gunsmoke. I mean, Gunsmoke was on for years and years and years,
Yep.
Started out
and
as
he
a radio
turned
show.
and he turned it down, and he's the one that got him to hire the guy that played Gunsmoke. What was his name? Can't remember his name. Played Matt Dillon. Anyway, John Wayne got him that job. James
Yeah,
Arness.
Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke started out as a radio show.
Yeah, Jameson Arnaz always messed me up because I always confuse him with the guy that played Rockford Files. The name.
What?
Hey, I watched old TV shows. Come on, who didn't watch Starsky and Hutch and stuff?
Well, that's like Fess Parker. You know, if you turned it on, you didn't know if you were watching Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
You had to wait and see if Mingo or one of his, or what was his son's name, Israel or whatever his name was, to see which one you were watching, whether it was Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett.
Yep. Yeah, first time I did that, I was like, wait, that's not right. He's not. My mom's like, relax, it's a different show. Okay. Because I'd get to watch some. She didn't mind me watching westerns. Yeah, I have the entire Bonanza series in the other room on VHS. My wife owns it.
What was that other show? Cheyenne? It had that Clint Walker in it.
Yep. Yeah, I watched so many. I like watching the old Western stuff. Turner Classic Movies and Me.
I do back to a certain point, but if you get further back much more than the Lone Ranger and stuff like that, I'm not interested. Like Hopalong Cassidy and all that, I'm not into all that.
Yeah, the whole Roy Rogers, Dale Evans thing kind of lost me with the singing cowboy thing. And
yeah, and what was that country singer that Tex Ritter or whatever?
yeah,
That was a little much for me.
yeah, those were kind of really commercial, hugely commercial.
Yeah.
It's like, let's circle the wagons in a perfect circle. Yeah. Except you can't get your livestock out like that. I always got a kick out of it. The old Western movies, they'd circle the wagons, but you see the Indians running around them, and the horses or oxen were still attached to the wagons. No, that's the very first thing they brought inside. Because without them, they had nothing.
Well, I'm not real sure, but if you circled the wagons, I can't see the Indians running circles around the wagons getting shot at.
No,
You know?
pretty sure you didn't see them as a rule.
Yeah, and at night they're going to hit you all in one spot where you least expect it. They're not going to ride around in a circle around you.
No,
letting
well,
you
yeah,
shoot 'em.
with a bunch of torches and campfires and singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sold stuff for them. So, I mean, how many tons and tons of kids grew up playing Cowboys and Indians and, buying the little vests and the cowboy boots and the little strapping on the
Little cap guns.
cap guns and stuff. It's funny.
I'd venture to say that's probably where the BB gun come from too, dude. To be honest with you.
My son grew up playing GI Joe stuff, climbing into the woods and dressing up that way. That's just the way he is. He came home with a new, call it a toy, but it's a tool. He traded in the one he just bought and bought a bigger Creedmoor.
Wow.
A big one.
Jeez.
Like, he put it on my dining room table, and it was almost the size of my dining room table. Folding, everything.
God.
His choice. His stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing to me how much things have changed in my lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I was thinking about that the other day. He was talking to me about it, and I was like, I have a Winchester. Lever action, drop it in the mud, and it still works. He bumps his things that he has now, and scopes are all messed up, and
Doing great, Emily, the wanted one. How you doing today? Thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're having a great weekend.
but he also could pick up a cell phone and go, okay, that's 1,000 yards. Where you and I are going, well, I think, yeah. Wait, the sun's there. About that, We're gonna aim let's see, 2 thumbs above that. Yeah, and he just goes, click, click, click. Breaks out the thing, windage. It's like, huh?
Well,
The wind's blowing, Nick.
it just goes to show you how good some of those folks were with those Kentucky long rifles.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing what some of those people could do with those black powder rifles. Like, wow,
We still have a pistol, black powder, percussion, and we still have a rifle. Just because
I used to have a 50 caliber black powder gun I used to take for muzzleload season up home. And I'd put up a target, this big, and if I could hit the target, I was in good shape. I knew I had the right amount of powder, and everything in to where I could hit a deer. Those guys could hit, something this big with those long rifles.
Yeah. They're shooting at turkeys, which, even with modern technology, are still a trick, And
shooting the turkey as he stuck his head up and hitting him in the head.
Yeah.
With a musket ball.
Yeah, and we're praying that we can do it with 40,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different world. That's for sure. Hope you don't get in trouble for talking about this stuff.
If we do, we do, dude. I don't know.
They're so weird about things, Heaven forbid if you talk about survival and hunting and fishing and reality. Can't talk about reality.
Yeah, real world.
I forgot we can't talk about reality.
Yeah, we can only talk about their reality.
Yeah. Reality is some of us still do it to survive in the wintertime.
I hear you, travel dreamer.
Oh yeah, rural Arizona. Yeah, I bet. Wait, what? Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yep. Yeah. That's the way it was when I was growing up. If you didn't hear
Yeah,
from
I mean,
somebody for a couple of weeks, you sent somebody to go check on them.
could you imagine our kids nowadays growing up like they did back here? Well, hadn't seen their aunt and uncle or their grandmother for 2 years. Let's pack up the wagon and go this year.
Yep. Yeah.
3 months later, you get to grandma's house for a visit.
Or even when we were kids, it's like, okay, we're gonna load up the car, but it's not take the car and drive, one day and get there. It's stop, you know,
Yep.
because you didn't just jump on an interstate. I mean, the interstates were kind of sort of mostly together when I was younger, but not anywhere what they are now.
Well, see, that's like in my lifetime up in North Carolina. I-26 was built in my lifetime. I-40 was built in my lifetime. Used to, we had the old 2-lane roads up and down the mountains, Old Fort Mountain, going down into South Carolina. It was all the old 2-lane switchback roads, all that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was already up, what, eighth, ninth grade when they first started building I-40, because we used to ride 4 miles dirt bikes down the paved road to get down there, and we'd ride where they were building I-40 on the dirt bikes.
Yeah, I did that the other day. I went with my wife into the big city here, about 40 miles south of me, and that's, I was there most of my life, and I couldn't get around there anymore because all the places that I used to play with my dirt bike and used to go actually hunting and fishing now have condominiums and roads and houses, and it's like, wait, this was all beachfront. It was a train track, and now they're all condos and a bike path, and
Hey, blessed one. Well, dude, that's a perfect example of me. The road I lived on, it was 3.5 miles from the red light up to my house, and then the road kept on going. It was like a big horseshoe, gigantic horseshoe, but it was like 3.5 miles up to where my house was. And that 3.5 miles, I used to could name you everybody that lived on that 3.5 miles. Nowadays, dude, I couldn't even learn that many subdivisions.
I don't even know the name of my neighbor behind me or the one across
Hey,
the
Greg
street.
Manley, I have no idea who my neighbors are.
Hey, Greg.
I know one man down the road, Mr. Jafari, African American gentleman. He holds church at his house on Sundays.
I know the one on the corner because that's my son's best friend's grandmother, and her husband was a good friend of mine.
Hey, Broken Chick.
And the guy across the street, well, used to live across the street, sold his house, and then that girl moved in, and I have no clue who she is. I mean, she chats with me occasionally, but I don't know her name. And I've been here 12 years.
Dude, I've been here 20 years. Or let's put it this way. I've owned this place for 20 years, but I was gone working all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know nobody.
That's funny because I know the neighbors way up the road more than I know the neighbors right here. Because my family's been up here for 35, 40 years. My mom was, 40 years, so.
Dude, I can still get around a bunch of big cities in the United States better than I can little old Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about it.
I know every road around where I live just because I've rode my motorcycle on them all. That my wife and son like the garage sale.
You missed us talking about you, Tony Damon.
Oh, look, Tony. Apparently she's graced us with her presence.
Yeah, remember Tony Damon used to be my friend?
Kind of vaguely.
About a year ago.
I think I've seen her once or twice. It might have been in SF Rose's chat though.
That's where she stays at anymore.
I don't think it was here.
Yeah, SF Rose and TR. That's the only time you see her anymore.
Hey,
Yeah, it's the same way up home where I'm from, Travel Dreamer. Some of them old men up there in their 80s will whoop my butt.
yeah. That's actually how my son did so well this weekend. Was guys would come in and their wives would be walking around, and he could talk hunting and fishing and archery and the things he does, and they go over and look at the stuff he's selling. Like, oh yeah, I enjoy those. Gotta get to the right people, man. She's spending $3 or $4, and he's spending 45. It's like, okay. I think
Yeah,
it's
that
funny.
one guy on Moonshiners from up there around Robbinsville, North Carolina, that Mark dude who always
Yeah.
wears the camouflage. He's my age. His dad's like 80, but his dad still lays block and rock. They had his dad on there a couple of times, still got arms this big around, and he's like
Yeah.
80 years old.
Oh yeah, they're tough. My mom's still going. She's in her 80s. She doesn't even slow down. What? She's sick again?
Yeah, she's going to cry to Nell now about how bad she's feeling and cough, and she didn't sleep, and she needs a nap, and Sid's making her clean and all that stuff.
It's from cleaning too much. Seriously. Your body's
Yeah,
gonna have some germs.
Did you hear? Did you see where she typed in the chat earlier that Sid's going to be on night shift starting next week?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh,
She'll be unsupervised.
oh.
Does
She'll be
Instacart go 24/7?
unsupervised.
Neil typed in big letters, be nice.
That's the second time I've heard that from her today. Or this week, should I say? Or last week. You know what I'm saying. People are implying that I'm not nice.
Only no.
Don't even says Tuesday night, but I have to homeschool.
Wait, so is she homeschooling or is she teaching? Because there's a whole different conversation. Because there's a whole different conversation there about what's being educated.
What
She
kind
the
of
homeschooler or
homeschooling's
the
going on?
homeschoolee?
Is there some teacher costumes in those costumes she bought or something?
I don't know.
I hadn't heard her talk about the costumes lately.
I think she got sick of them.
Maybe she's holding them for Halloween.
Or she gave them all out. Instacart payments.
I need to homeschool Sid to leave me alone on the weekends.
Well,
Poor Sid works and slaves all week long. And then she's going to talk about him when he's home on the weekends.
she was on vacation for a whole month. Can it bug you for a whole lot of weekends? Got news for you.
Yeah, it didn't take me and Sid, but a couple of times a week to keep the house clean when you were gone on vacation. We were partying. I mean, we were visiting.
Dude,
Was Sid ever home? Just a question.
I noticed she hadn't found some of the super glue on some of the stuff that might have maybe have gotten broken and super glued back together. So
She may not have noticed. It might have been already been broken once or twice before.
Yeah.
Just saying. She did kind of glue a table back together before Sid got home.
Several times.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It was a few times. Oh, what time is it?
5:30-ish.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to get off from here. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. You going live tonight, Sonia?
Shit, not with my internet, I'm not.
Okay.
I may or may not be.
You may.
Not sure yet.
Are you
Depends
going to
how-
paint or are you going to shoot the bull?
I'm gonna shoot the bull probably if I go live. Nobody wants to see this stuff.
If I see you shooting the bull, I might come in.
I was told today. I told Sonny earlier, but I was told today from this high school girl that my artwork is overpriced and immature and very unprofessional, or I shouldn't sell it as a non-professional.
Did you tell her opinions are like a-holes? Everybody's got one. Just some are bigger than others.
No, I was out. And my son relayed the message. I was out actually mowing the grass, and he told me, and my wife told me that he informed her that I am a professional. I have a YouTube channel and a pretty successful one, and that I've sold more pieces than she'll ever paint in her lifetime. And I went, wow, my son stuck up for me. What does he want? How much is it going to cost me?
No, he wouldn't.
But yeah, it's like a high school kid. Yep, you don't know anything really. I get under older than you are.
Yeah, I get a lot of stuff on this Twitter and Instagram, and I get a lot of emails that tell me what an absolute horrible person I am too.
Wow, you're horrible.
What?
When did that happen?
Because I pick on people all the time.
Wow.
So they obviously don't have a sense of humor.
Or a spine.
Yeah. Something.
Basically, they're jellyfish.
No, not because I pick on you, Tony Damon. Everybody picks on you.
It's just because they can't grow up there.
That's the problem with people nowadays. Everybody's too serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope.
I mean, I get on here to have fun.
You and I have fun. I have fun. I mean,
Nope.
I have a great time here. I always have.
Yeah.
What it's supposed to be is fun. If you're getting on here for anything other than fun, why do it?
If you're doing YouTube as a business, you best have millions and millions and millions of people. Otherwise, you better do it for fun and enjoy it, or don't
Yeah,
do it.
you better hope you get 450,000 views a month and you're monetized, because you're going to make about $900 off of AdSense on 450,000 views a month.
Yeah, the only people that make any amount of money are making it on merch and ads and sponsorships, and not from ads from YouTube.
I mean, a lot of people can make money off the super chats, but they're few and far between anymore. The channels that are making lots on super chats, not compared to what it was, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Nobody's got any money. Everybody's out of work. Things cost too much now. Oh, before we take off, I went to the Subway for my wife yesterday and my sister-in-law. My son and I walk in, and he says, well, I like a BLT. She says, well, we don't have any bacon. We can't get it. Okay, well then I'll have a roast beef. Well, we don't have any roast beef because we can't get any beef. All they
Wow.
had was chicken or turkey or vegetarian or salamis. They're
Dude, they
simple.
say that's happening everywhere, brother. That people
Yeah.
can't. I went down to the hardware store yesterday to pick up. I couldn't find my, what do you call it? Just put down the store line. Snake.
Yeah.
I just bought a little small 25 footer to go to the clean out, make sure that the septic wasn't stopped up. I went down to the hardware store, dude. It looked like somebody robbed the place.
Yeah.
I asked the guy, I said, dude, did you somebody break in or what? He goes, man, he said, I can't get nothing.
Nope.
He can't even get dog food. He can't get pool salt. He can't get, this is his time of the year for selling rakes and shovels and, stuff like that for gardening and yard work. He said he's had it on order since January and still can't get it.
They're still not allowing stuff to come in for starters, and simple things like cat litter, cat food, dog food. That's foolish because most of that stuff's made here.
Well, if anybody didn't pay attention to anything at all from this mess, this should have taught a lot of us here in this country how much stuff that we need to start making right here in the United States of America.
Oh yeah.
There shouldn't be no unemployment. There, with everything that we need to do to where we can sustain ourselves.
Yeah. Stop growing garbage and start growing food again. Don't worry about having 95 farms for flowers.
Make our own medicine. Mine our own materials.
And I'm sorry, but we can produce clay. There's enough clay in this country, I'm sure, to make cat litter.
Yeah.
And pool sand. That's just the washed, filtered sand. It's goofy. I think we have whole deserts full of this stuff.
The thing of it is, nobody wants to grow up.
Yeah.
You go to work at McDonald's to work during high school or college. After that, nobody wants to stay working at McDonald's for the rest of their life. Maybe they would like to have a job making solar panels, making solar batteries, working building high-speed railroads. There's lots of things out there that we could bring back home. They could get jobs in the pharmaceutical plants, making our own medicine again. There's so much. See, in principle, I agree with some of the stuff that's going on. But we need to bring it back home. Bring it all back home. I don't think we need to pay $15 an hour to work at McDonald's because it should just be a stepping stone for the high school kids to make spending money.
Yeah, that
was the whole process.
Yeah. You look at Walmart. Walmart's mostly really old people or really young people. There's nobody middle-aged at a place like that.
That was their business model. It was made for people that wanted to make a couple of extra bucks.
Yep. Mom that wanted to have a little weekend job so she could get out of the house for 4 or 5 hours. That type of thing. Or, dad that needed a little short part-time job.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of things that we could do to fix ourselves, and I don't necessarily think we need people that live in a big city in one part of this country to do that for us. I think there's a lot of that could be done state to state.
Yeah, and
that's just me.
We grow a lot of food here in the state I live in. It's expensive to live here, but a lot of beef comes from right here around me. A lot of the fruits and vegetables are bought local around me. That's what our supermarkets do up here, and it's probably how we still have meat on the counter and vegetables fresh because they don't ship it in anywhere. And that's my goofy governor, but sometimes he's smart. You know,
Yeah, I just think
and we still have
that might,
places. We still sell perch. The supermarkets still buy perch in the wintertime from ice fishermen.
yeah, we've just gotten so far away from, I used to call it the simple life. We used to have it used to be a more simple life. Everybody grew a garden. A lot of times, you get 3 or 4 family members get together and they'd buy a beef cow and they'd have it butchered up and everybody'd split the meat and put in their freezers at home. You had local produce that you could go buy, your watermelons and cantaloupes and your vegetables if you didn't have enough in your garden. And it just used to be so much simpler.
Do you have farmers markets down there?
Yeah, we do have a big farmers market, but what our farmers market is, a lot of that is people come and buy from the local farmers and then take it there and try to make money off of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not so much the local farmers going there.
No, that's the farmers market we have here and in Swanton. You have to actually certify where your stuff is coming from. You have to produce it yourself.
What we have a lot here in South Carolina and in North Carolina is we have a lot of little people set up on the side of the road. They'll get permission from somebody and they'll set up
Yeah.
on the side of the road. We still even have some, especially up there around where I used to deer hunt at. It was an honor system. Whatever they put out that day, they'd have a little board and then write on the board, green beans, $2, whatever, tomatoes, 25 cents a pound or whatever. And it was an honor system and they had to put a tin can out with a notch cut in it. And people actually put money. It was an honor system.
We used to do that with night crawlers. Had a little fridge. You could take out your container of night crawlers and you drop in your whatever you paid for the night crawler. It's $2. I think it's $2 for 2 dozen. But stopped doing that because people stole the refrigerator.
Oh, Jesus.
Believe it or not, dude, on the weekends, if I wasn't bagging groceries in high school, I used to go down to the local municipal golf course. The guy would give you the headlamp and the bucket.
Oh yeah.
And go out on the golf course and pick night crawlers and
On
bring
the
them back,
greens.
and he'd pay us so much money. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. We did that all the time. In Burlington Country Club, you could just crawl on the green and literally just pick
Yeah.
them up like this. There were just so many. And they want you to do it because it just messes with their stuff bad.
yep. Well, I've done that at many Friday night and Saturday night, especially if we needed money for beer or going camping or something. Go down there right at dark 30. Run out there and we'd pick, get paid cash money and hop in the truck and go.
4 or 5 paint cans, old cleaned out paint cans full of worms, and that's what we did. Actually, we had one old man. We'd drop off the night crawlers, and he'd hand us the case. That's how we got paid that way.
Our old guy used to come with one of the big 2-door vans on the side doors that would open up,
Yep.
and they'd bring him he had shelves built in there with racks. You bring him the cans, he'd just dump them into the drawers until he filled them up, and he'd just close the doors up.
Yeah, there's actually a company up in the islands here that specializes in night crawlers. They grow night crawlers. And it's a huge business. It's a massive business. They're doing $1 million a year. They ship all over New England for worms that you and I can walk out in the backyard and pick up.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to go take off.
Yeah, me too. I got to go. We've been at it for 2 hours.
Sorry.
Guys, I
Bye.
appreciate it. Sonia, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Hopefully the rain stops in the next 30 minutes so you can build a fire and enjoy a campfire
Yeah, right.
at least one night.
Yeah.
If you can get Jim to get off, or if you can get Papa Smurf to get off the couch.
At least I turned my camera off and I was able to stay. So that
Yep,
worked out.
there you go. But anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Try to remember tomorrow what Memorial Day is really for. And if you got some youngsters, teach them, because obviously they're not getting it taught to them anywhere else. So you might want to teach them at home. But I appreciate everybody. Always remember, be good to yourself, be good to each other. And I'll see everybody tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. See y'all.
Bye.
Take care.